All right, let's get into it today. Episode 6 of the Holistic Script podcast is all about the power of personal appearance for you. And I'm sure that you're aware, but when you start taking care of yourself, like consciously, you start feeling better. You start feeling more like yourself. Right? And let's just talk about, let's like sit for a minute with this example. All right, close your eyes. Take a minute. If you're driving, don't close your eyes. Just think about it. Take a minute and think of yourself on your wedding day. All right, just sit there for a minute. You're glowing from the inside out, right? You feel unstoppable. You feel beautiful. You feel radiant, right? You're dressed like to the nines. You have the most beautiful dress on. Your makeup is totally on point, right? Your hair is perfect, right? Your personal appearance is at its max, okay? And you are 100% in that moment, like connected to you. And of course, it helps that you're also getting married that day, right? But imagine if you, instead of showing up like that with your personal appearance to the max, feeling that beautiful, confident self that you are, instead of showing up like that, you just woke up in the morning, you didn't shower, you just left your PJs on, you didn't brush your hair, and you just put on no makeup and decided, let's just do it, right? It wouldn't have the same feeling. You wouldn't feel that confidence, beauty, radiance. It wouldn't be the same. Might still be there, but it wouldn't be the same impact, right? It wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be amped up to the same level, right? And that all starts with showing up, right? I'm going to bring it back to your personal appearance and showing up for you, for yourself, right? And how you see yourself, right? Which affects how you take care of yourself, right? How you groom yourself, how you dress yourself, which affects then how you think, how you feel, how you act, how you behave. And then that in turn affects how other people like respond to you, right? That's the power of your personal appearance. It is a full cycle. It's a full cycle. It starts from within you, right? How do you feel? How you outwardly then project how you feel, right? Based on what you're wearing. And then how you behave, how you act. And then again, how other people are seeing that and responding to you, right? So essentially, like what you wear and how you present yourself really affects those things. How you think, how you feel, how you act, and then how others, again, react or respond to you. So that being said, of course, right? It's important for you to like what you're wearing, right? And to like the way you look. But it's more important too to even understand for you, like why or why not specifically it affects you and it affects those around you, like your kids, like your relationship with your husband, like your job, like your life, like any goals, anything that you have for yourself, right? And how that affects you. Another good example is like going to a workout, right? If you are deciding that you want to go, do this like super awesome, amazing workout, super high energy, super high impact, like let's do it, ready, pumped. If you have on your PJs, I'm going to throw the PJs again. If you have on your PJs, right, and you're doing a workout, you'll do it, but you're not like in it, right? Whereas imagine if you had this new, like, it doesn't even have to be new, just like your favorite sports bra on that made you feel like a totally confident in yourself, and you had these like amazing pants or like biker shorts, whatever it is that your vibe is, right? You had that on, you put on your sneakers, and then you're like ready to rock. Your hair is pulled back and you're ready to rock. That sets you up for a different kind of workout, right? So That's the difference. That's what we're talking about. That's the power of your personal appearance and taking that time for you, right? So let's bring it back a little to, I said that your personal appearance affects the way you think and the way that you feel and then the way that you act, right? So let's take it a little bit back to affecting, we'll break each of those down and affecting the way that you think, okay? So the way that you think, more specifically when you're thinking about the way that you think, think of it as referring to like your self-image, your self-esteem, your self-confidence, even your capability as a mom, as a wife, as a woman, right? All of those things, right? Going back to take it back again to your wedding. Take it back again to wearing that amazing workout outfit. Take it back again to maybe your baby shower when you were like glowing, right? And I say these times because it's usually when we like your baby shower, your wedding, those times are like times in my mind that I think that you would get like extra dressed up for you, right? Or think about the time, just the last time that you felt genuinely like confident and gorgeous, right? Right? Because you felt like that, like how was your self-esteem in that moment, right? I bet you it felt higher than your self-esteem on average. I bet you your self-confidence felt higher in those moments on your wedding day, right? Than it did on average, right? And now think of the power in that if every single day you decided to show up like that. You decided to harness that power and show up like that. That's what I'm talking about for you. That's the difference, right? You make different choices in those moments. You act differently. Maybe you speak up more, right? Maybe you do something that you've always wanted to do, but you normally wouldn't do, right? Like, again, let's draw back to the wedding. Maybe you do like this crazy fun dance that normally you wouldn't do. Normally you'd be like quiet sitting at a table, but you're like, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to like rock out. Again, it's your wedding, but still you feel beautiful. You feel confident, right? That feeling, that's the feeling that gives you life. That's like the power of you being solely like connected to you and your personal appearance, right? And how you feel, right? So going from that, how you think about yourself, that self-confidence, all of that, and then transitioning to how you feel about yourself when your personal appearance, when you're taking care of yourself and your personal appearance and how you're showing up for the world, right? We'll use another type of example. Like let's say, I know we've all had these days, right? Where you are just feeling unkept, right? Maybe you haven't showered. Maybe you're in the same clothes. You don't have a bra. Maybe you haven't even washed your face. Maybe you haven't brushed your hair, right? Think about yourself in that moment. Think about how you feel in that moment. When you're feeling like, when you are I'll call it unkept, when you didn't take your time to take care of yourself for that day, right? You're probably feeling unproductive. You're probably feeling like uncomfortable, like, oh, this like clothes is like big, or you're feeling sweaty, or you're like, you just want to like feel more put together. So you're feeling like uncomfortable. Maybe you even can get more argumentative, right? You can be even more self-conscious. You're probably full of some self-doubt, right? And then put yourself in that day. And then think about, while you're in that day, think about what happens, right? When you decide to shift and say, okay, I'm going to go shower and I'm going to go change now. What happens in that shift, right? After you've changed, or after you stepped out of the shower, right? Maybe you washed your face, you put on your favorite like face cream, right? You've changed your clothes. Pick something a little more fresh, a little more form-fitting, a little bit more like you. You know, you feel more put together, right? All of a sudden, right? That taking time for your personal appearance and for you, right? You feel more comfortable. You feel more confident. You feel more capable. You feel more cooperative, right? You're able to go back to your family and to your kids and be like, okay, now I'm more ready, right? You're more ready. You feel like you can keep going. That's the power of your personal appearance. That's the power that it can have on you, right? Not to mention, of course, when you make that shift, it of course in turn affects how you behave. Like I was saying, so you're feeling more cooperative, you're feeling all of that, right? More self-confident, you're feeling more capable, right? And then that in turn affects how you act, right? In that unkept state, maybe you feel like everything is more out of place, everything is out of order, like you're more overwhelmed, right? And then again, you can get like defensive or aggressive, or maybe you're more affected by things that normally you wouldn't be, just because you're not feeling like yourself, okay? Like I get it, okay? I have snapped at my kids, easily snapped at my husband, like, and when I look back, it's usually something small. So when you look back at those moments, you're usually like, it was something that wasn't really that large, but it's because of how I was feeling that it affected how I behaved, right? So what's awesome is that you can, with, again, the power of your personal appearance, change that, make that shift for yourself, right? Such an easy way to shift yourself in the moment to a more secure, more confident, more put together, right? Literally and figuratively, right? Place. And it could be something so simple as like just changing, brushing your hair, right? Like doing those small things changes your personal appearance, right? And the power what you feel like within you. And from that place, you show up differently for others, right? Which in turn affects, of course, the entire dynamic and how everyone responds to you, right? And I want to make a point to say here too, like the importance of that, taking time for yourself outwardly, and the importance of that for your kids, that they actually see you doing that for yourself, right? That they see you actively taking care of your personal appearance and your body, right? Telling yourself, right? When you're doing that, when you're taking care of yourself, like your body, you're telling yourself by your actions, right? By your actions of caring for your body, yourself, that you actually matter, right? So you're telling yourself that you matter. Like it matters that you are going to put yourself together today. It matters because you matter, right? Think of what an impression that makes on your kids. And I'll share with you a story about Maddie. Maddie's my first child, and she's my 3-year-old daughter. And focusing on my personal appearance was one of the first things that really honestly helped me to start accessing myself more, feeling more aware of who I was, feeling more self-confident, feeling more beautiful in my own skin, feeling more aware of my needs, right? All of these things. And I started with that. This was like my one thing that I started doing for me, right? And what's super cool about this is that one day I saw what I was doing and how I was physically, right, putting time into my personal appearance, how that affected how Maddie spoke to herself and how she looked at herself, like literally, right? And I witnessed this. So she loves princess dresses. The girl can wear a princess dress. I mean, we have a rack full. So she loves princess dresses. So she had one of those on. She always does have one of those on. And she asked me to do her hair, and I had just done her hair. She went over to the mirror in the bathroom and got on the step stool and looked at herself. You could visibly see her face change and light up. She started like turning her head to look at her hair, right? And you saw her eyes light up, and she said out loud, "Wow, mommy, I look beautiful." And I just about started crying, literally, of course. But in that moment that she said that, I realized how much she was picking up on what I was doing for myself. Not what I was saying, what I was doing, right? All of that taking care of myself and shifting the way that I took care of my outward appearance, right? Showed her how to value herself, how to look at herself and say, wow, you're beautiful. You look beautiful, right? How to feel confident in who she was, in who she is, right? How to look at herself and again say, wow, you look beautiful. Like have the confidence to say you look beautiful. Like do that for yourself right now. Look at yourself in the mirror. If you're driving, whatever, pull down the little, look at yourself in the mirror, whatever, any mirror. In the little, what's the mirror called? The reverse mirror. And tell yourself you look beautiful. Right? So that's the power of your personal appearance. Okay? And this week I want to challenge you to be more aware of how what you wear and how you present yourself affects the way you think, the way you feel, and the way that you act, right? And then how in turn that affects how others react to you. So each day, in the morning, get dressed intentionally. Maybe put some earrings on, put a little bit of lipstick, wear a new lipstick. I'm wearing a new lipstick shade today. Wear a new lipstick shade. And after you do that, write down, take a minute and write down how you feel. Okay? Write down how you feel. And then throughout the day, notice how you show up in your conversations. Maybe notice how you show up in meetings. Maybe notice, maybe you decide that you're gonna send your husband a fun, flirty, text message or say something that you normally wouldn't say to him, and you decide to do that. Okay, maybe you have more patience with your kids, right? Just notice and be aware of those subtle differences throughout the day. And then at the end of the day, take another minute and then jot down those observations that you made throughout the day. Do this for 5 days. And at the end of the 5 days, notice the patterns that you see, right? And learn to make the power of personal appearance work for you. You have a beautiful week and chat soon.